Rain poured heavily outside the small, broken apartment on the edge of the city. Inside, a man in his early 30s stood in front of a flickering stove, cooking 2 bowls of soup. His name was Daniel Carter, a single father who had lost almost everything, his wife, his job, and his dreams. Yet somehow, what remained in his life kept him going, his twin daughters, Lily and Lucy. The twins were just 10 years old, bright, sweet, and endlessly kind, but the world hadn't been kind to them. Their clothes were worn out, their shoes had holes, and sometimes they went to bed hungry. But Daniel never let them feel unloved. He worked double shifts as a janitor at a local high school, cleaning hallways that once echoed with laughter he no longer had the luxury to join. That morning, Lily and Lucy sat at the table, giggling over a shared piece of toast. "Daddy," Lily asked, "are you coming to school today?" Daniel smiled wearily. "Sweetheart, I'll be working there all day." "Why?" Lucy chimed in, "Because the teacher said we'll have a talent show. And we want to sing." Daniel froze for a moment. Singing. That had been his wife's gift. Their mother, Emma, had been a music teacher before cancer took her away. The twins had her same voice, soft and angelic, but they'd never sung in public before. "You sure?" he asked softly. Lily nodded eagerly. "Mom always said our voices can make people smile. We want to make them smile too." Daniel's heart clenched. He knelt and kissed their foreheads. "Then sing your hearts out. Make Mom proud." At school, things weren't as innocent as they hoped. The talent show was more of a popularity contest. The rich kids performed with fancy costumes and expensive instruments, while the poorer students were often mocked. When the twins signed up to sing, a group of boys in the back laughed. "Those two," one whispered. "They probably can't even afford a microphone." Their teacher hesitated but didn't stop the ridicule. The twins didn't understand. They just smiled and practiced in a corner, whispering lyrics from the song their mother used to sing at bedtime. When the day of the show came, the gym was packed. Parents filled the bleachers, holding cameras, clapping for their kids. Daniel stood at the far back, in his janitor uniform, holding a mop in one hand. He wasn't supposed to be there as a guest, but he couldn't miss it. The announcer called, "Next up, Lily and Lucy Carter." The crowd chuckled. Some students whispered. The twins stepped onto the stage wearing plain dresses, their shoes muddy from walking in the rain. The microphone squeaked as Lucy reached up to adjust it. The laughter grew louder. Daniel's heart pounded. He wanted to shout, to protect them, but he stayed silent, trusting his daughters. Then, Lily nodded to her sister. And they began to sing. The first note floated through the air like light breaking through a storm. It was fragile, trembling, but pure. The room fell quiet. Then came the harmony, 2 voices so perfectly in sync it felt as if one soul was singing in 2 tones. They sang, "You Are My Sunshine," the same lullaby their mother had sung to them every night before she passed. The melody swelled. Tears welled up in Daniel's eyes as he remembered Emma, her voice, her smile, her final words, "Promise me you'll let them sing." Every single person in the audience sat frozen. The bullies who had laughed earlier were silent, their smirks erased. Even the teachers who had doubted them leaned forward, wide-eyed. By the time the twins reached the final line, "Please don't take my sunshine away," the gym was utterly still. And then, one person started clapping. Then another. And another. Within seconds, the entire room rose to their feet. A standing ovation. Daniel dropped his mop and covered his face, sobbing quietly in the back. He had never been prouder. His daughters had not only sung beautifully, they had brought back something he thought he'd lost forever, hope. After the show, the principal approached the twins. "Girls," she said softly, "your performance was extraordinary. Who taught you to sing like that?" Lily smiled. "Our mommy did." "And where is she now?" Lucy pointed upward. "In heaven." But she was listening. The principal knelt down, tears in her eyes. Well, I think she just watched two angels sing tonight. Daniel stepped forward, embarrassed in his uniform. The crowd parted for him. The twins ran into his arms, shouting, "Daddy! We did it!" He held them tight. "You did more than that, my loves. You made the whole world stop to listen." That night, a teacher uploaded a video of their performance online. By morning, it had gone viral. Millions watched the two little girls singing from their hearts, in torn dresses, in front of a stunned audience. Comments flooded in. "Pure magic. The most beautiful voices I've ever heard. Those girls deserve the world." A famous music producer reached out, offering to sponsor their education and vocal training. Within weeks, Lily and Lucy were invited to perform live on television. The host asked Daniel, "Sir, how does it feel to raise such talented daughters?" He smiled, his eyes misty. "It feels like their mother's song never stopped, it just found new voices." Years passed. The twins grew into young women, their music touching millions. Every concert, every award, every standing ovation, they dedicated to one person, their dad. At one sold-out show, under glittering lights, Lily spoke into the microphone. "Everything we are today," she said, "is because of our father. A man who believed in us when no one else did." Daniel, sitting in the front row, wiped away a tear. The crowd turned their applause to him. The twins began to sing the same song again, "You Are My Sunshine," and once more, the world fell silent to listen. When the music ended, Daniel closed his eyes, whispering, "Emma, they did it. You'd be proud." A gentle breeze brushed across the stage curtains, as if someone was indeed listening. And somewhere between heaven and earth, the echo of a mother's lullaby carried on, forever.